Hi guys, welcome back to Sacred Shifts and how to navigate them. So, I was just playing around with the cards before I started, and the first two was the Tower and the Four of Cups, and I feel like Spirit is like bringing in the Tower on like this bored energy, on not like being grateful for the things we have, or just like focusing too much on things not happening in our time rather than divine time. Like, right, divine's trying to like hand you this blessing, flip you off, that's just what I do, hand you this blessing, and you're like focusing on it not being the way you want it, like your expectation. So I feel like Spirit is just showing you like you don't need to have expectations, just be like grateful for what is to come and show up, because it's gonna be better than you even anticipate it being. And then we got the Seven of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. And what I got is like, you're really being called to like choose yourself, in any situation. If you choosing yourself can't be wrong. Sorry, my kitty wants to go outside, guys. 1:11 on the timer. There you go, baby. So yeah, you're being called to like, make the decision that chooses you, right? 1, 2, 3 on the timer. That is accommodating you. That, yeah, is like accommodating your growth, accommodating you planting something new, you beginning something new. And before I like even got, I was walking home, and I was like thinking in reference to like my collective, like the people that watch me, I was like, there's like a process that you do, for healing, or so you're being called to like put your process out there, or just put yourself out there. But people, even just like watching you, are inspired, but you don't see that. I think you have a hard time seeing like your worth, or like the things that people gain from watching you, from seeing you grow and evolve and just like really put yourself first. So yeah, I think you're being called to put your process out there. Whether it's in writing, I don't know if you're being called to like write a book, or you're being called to start a channel, or you already have a channel and you kind of fell back from it. 2:22 on the timer. You're being called to like put yourself out there more. And at first it's going to seem slow, right? It's going to seem slow. But you're also being called to like let go of this waiting for a fight, and always like being anxious that everyone is going to be like the last people you've dealt with. New timelines, new energy, new. It's time to like know it, the new, and the new goo is for you. But like the new is yours, right? So yeah, I feel like you may not be singing your song. Like you may not be, you're scared to put yourself out there. You're scared to start something new, but you've got to start somewhere in order for it to grow and flourish, right? And with my channel, I didn't even like, I just did it so I could become a better speaker, which I think I have, because if you go look at my old videos, trash. And I'm not even like great at it now, as great as I'd like to be anyways. Like I watch other readers and they are super confident. I want to be like that, but I'm getting there, so I'm not gonna, yeah. 3:33 on the timer. So yeah, yeah, but I think you're being called to like start something new. It may be like you putting your like your music out there, or something along those lines. But yeah, and just like recognize like you have the whole world in your plans. You have the whole world in your plans, bro. So you may like your healing and the work that you're doing is contributing to like a new world. Like my cat wants it again. Sorry guys. Come on, baby. Oh, you dusty. She's just playing. Jokes. But it's like recognizing like you have the whole world in your hands, right? And so like recognize that and just like ask for what you want and you shall receive, right? So you're being called to like pray on what you want to come to fruition. You may be called to like write a self-concept. So you're not like seeing yourself in this negative light, right? Seeing like that you don't deserve new friends that are going to come correct, people that are going to come correct. Like you're looking for who could possibly hurt you. And so in turn, you're like creating that, right? Self-fulfilling prophecy. And you're being called to like really to recognize your mastery and how much you have grown, right? How much you have like gotten out of your head and into your heart, and stop doubting yourself and your gifts and what you have to offer people, right? Because you recognizing yourself is your justice. You putting yourself out there is your justice. You becoming more confident in who you want to be, your justice, right? Yeah, I heard let yourself flourish, right? Let the seeds that you've planted grow, right? Yeah, because you've really been taking care of yourself and your flowers, right? I guess they don't want to talk anymore. So let's find... Yeah, I feel like you are being called to like recognize your healing. Recognize how much you've... I heard how you've put the reins on like both the light and the dark. Like you are running the show, right? You're not letting your inner child like take the lead, right? And I feel like you are going through a massive transformation because of the charms as well. Yeah. And it's in recognizing like the soul triangle, mind, body, and soul, recognizing how much power you have to like create this reality, right? Mystical, soul-led harmony, right? Then we've got the magician, magic, divine mind, intent. And I feel like you are recognizing like you can create all things, and you have been this whole time. Like, so you can create the bad, the negativity by thinking constantly, these people are going to hurt me. I can't make real friends. I'm not worthy of these people. And then we will create those scenarios in our life, 654 on the timer, continually to show us like how powerful we are. So like whenever something happens, think, did I previously think of this happening and then it happened? Because a lot of the time you'll find that you did, in fact, think of it that way. So like we're always creating. We can create positively, consciously, or we can create unconsciously, and that's usually negative stuff. It's negative cycles that we're repeating because we're not paying attention. We're unconsciously, we're in AutoZone. Someone may work at AutoZone. We're in, I meant autopilot. Came out AutoZone though, so yeah. But out of the charms, we've got the tree, which gave me roots. Like get down to the root of the pattern and why it keeps continuing to cycle through, right? And then we have 3 different butterflies, bro. Actually, this one might be a moth, and it makes me think a moth to a flame. So you've got a lot of people that like are attracted to your light and kind of want to siphon it from you. And I think that's why you're continuously worried about that same kind of people coming into your space, right? But I think we're being called to like drop the fear. My nose is really itchy, so I'm on point. But they are some cute little butterflies. So yeah, you are being called to like transform into the you want to be, right? Not who everyone thinks you should be. And then I think peace may be like your priority. It's something you're focusing on. You really want to like end the war with self, right? Because you recognize that will end the war outside of you, right? Then we've got this little foot, which gives me like, you know those hats that have a foot on it? For some reason, that's what I keep seeing. So I don't know if someone has a hat like that or something like that. But when I pulled it, I thought like you need a foot rub. So you might like need a foot rub, need a massage, need to like let yourself relax, need to soak your feet in some Epsom salt, like really cleanse your energy. And then we've got an angel. And I definitely think the angels have been guiding you through this transition. And I heard Merkaba when I picked that up. So I don't know if that is like the soul chariot, which is funny because we had the chariot on the bottom of this. Or that's what they call like, I don't know, I'm butchering this, but yeah, is the Merkaba, because it's like the triangles, yeah, combined. And then I don't know how to say that, but yeah, that's what they call is like your soul's chariot. Like that eventually, I guess like back in the day, we used to all like use our energy. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm butchering it. But Check it out. Look up the Merkaba. I'm probably not saying it right either. But yeah, it's like your soul's vehicle, basically. Yeah. So yeah. And then we've also got the Pegasus, which gives me like higher dimensions, higher thoughts, letting go of anything that pulls you down to a lower dimension, that doesn't help you to navigate where you want to go freely. And I heard use your free will wisely. The dragonfly always gives me guidance, like from passed on loved ones. So they were popping in to say, hey, you're doing great. I'm proud of you. Keep shining. All right, some of mine, and that's where we're going to leave it. And on the top is keep growing, #evolution. And I keep hearing your guides are so proud of you. That one's going to come out. Yeah. Heart chakra, green. So yeah, you really are being called to open up your heart to life, to yourself. 11:11 on the timer, right? If you thought it, it better be what you want. This is what I'm saying, bro. Happy thoughts, happy life. And it's like changing those patterns. So every time you have a negative thought, it's saying, it's catching yourself and being like, and I still to this day have negative thoughts. I still got to be catching myself because I'm far from perfect. But I am growing and learning and evolving. And I think that's why we're all like on this journey together. It's because we are recognizing like, hey, I can do this, right? I can change these negative thought patterns to positive ones. I just have to do it again and again. So if you just start catching yourself, even like put a rubber band on your wrist, and every time you do, just flick it. And then so it'll be like it brings it to your conscious somehow. You know what I mean? And then be like 3 positives for each negative. You know, if I say, I can't do this, I change it to, I can do this. I will do this. Not only am I going to do it, but I'm going to freaking swing 12-12 on the timer, swing it out of the ballpark. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like, and I don't know if you've ever heard of Ho'oponopono. I'm probably not saying it right either, but it's like, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. I used to do that to myself. Instead of like when I would think of a negative thought, I would do that, and then I would do 3 positive thoughts. So I'd be like, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And so like really helped me to like befriend myself and stop like being so mean to myself. So learning to love yourself means letting go of hating yourself. Change what you believe about you. This is, yeah, what we're definitely doing. The card flipped over, so I felt like I had to read it. Open your mind. Yeah. To your calling being something than you think it is, was what I heard. Like you are being like, no, I can't do that. You can, you will, motherfucker. No. Your kids don't belong in your drama. Take them out of it. And this could be in reference to your inner child too, 13 on the timer. So you could be like a counselor for your parents, and you're being called to like not allow that to happen anymore. Like even placing a boundary with them, being like, I'm not your counselor, I'm your child. I don't know why that came through, but hopefully it helps who it's meant to. Forgive and grieve past versions of yourself. That's really helpful. What is your struggle currently teaching you? #introspection. Write your life into being. #co-create. Like I found this is why a self-concept is so powerful. Like writing who you want to be down to the minuscule detail. Like mine was a confident speaker, like not even 2 years ago. And I've grown like immensely since then. So I always highly suggest, I'm actually thinking about rewriting my self-concept. So yeah, happy, healthy thoughts, manifestation station. So this is definitely saying like, hey, it's time to recognize these negative thought patterns. 14 on the timer. Breath work, that definitely helps you to tap in. And we've got meditation as well. And I wasn't able to meditate until I started doing breath work. And my favorite breath work channel is Breath with Sandy. All-time favorite. He's so awesome. And he does like a weekly Mondays. He puts one out, a new one every Monday. So yeah, I highly suggest it. And then the other one I sometimes watch is Breathwork Beats, but mostly Breath with Sandy. At war with themselves. Not you, take nothing personally. #back in Nam. Remember your war. Remember when you hated yourself and everyone else? And give this person grace. Send them some love because you're going to get everything you send to them. Gabriel, delivering messages, and my ear was itching, so I definitely think Spirit's been speaking to you. And you may be like doubting it. You may be telling yourself, no, or I'm not this special, or there's no way. Just drop it. 15 on the timer. Because you're definitely getting messages. They can't be honest with you because they lie to themselves. # emotionally unavailable. And then you have to look at what part of you is emotionally unavailable and attracting these people. Right? You are a guide. Use your experiences to help, to teach others and help others, really. I feel that like you're being called to like put your process out there, whether it's healing. I don't know how you're healing, through writing maybe, or what it is, but you're being called to put your process out there because it's really going to help other people. Release limiting beliefs, childhood conditioning that says you can't chase these freaking goals that you're meant to chase, this dream that was placed in your heart for a reason. It's time, man. All right, guys, I hope this helps.